Welcome to Page Layout tab, section 5. If you want your worksheet to look great when printing, the Page Layout tab is your friend. So the Page Layout tab helps you to set up pages appearance for printing. Now let's take a good look at the different groups in the Page Layout ribbon. The first one we have here is the theme, page setup, scale to fit, sheets, sheet options. So let's start with the first one here, theme. Let's use our table, the data we have in our table to practicalize it. So here now we have our various theme. Now if I select theme, you can see the themes that we have. I would like to use this theme. Okay, this is the theme I want to use here. Then for color, if is either you use theme or you use color because they are almost the same thing. So if you don't want to use color, you use theme for your data. So for color, you can choose any of the color that you want to use here and apply it. Or rather, you can select a particular section and apply whichever color you want to apply there, and it will maintain the color. But the best option is either you use theme here or you use color. So let's look at the fonts. Let's look at the fonts. The fonts help you to change the font you have in your data. Like this is Calibri Light, this is Cambria. They are almost the same thing. All of them are in Calibri group. So let's go to area. You can see there's a change. Let's go to Cobble. Let's go to Kandara and Franklin Gothic. So if I select this now, you can see it have another font. Same with effects. So let's look at the second option that we have here, which is the page setup. So in the page setup, the second option, page setup, we have the margin, orientation, size, breaks, and background. So let's go there. We have our margin. So we are normal margin. We are working with the normal margin in this table. We are working with the normal margin. Let's go for the wide margin and see what will happen. Okay, I need to select. Let's go to the. Let's just change the margin. Okay, my wide margin. It's a narrow margin. I don't know why it's not. Okay, because I have already set the margin. Yes, because I already set the margin when I was speaking. So this is the normal margin. I've already selected the margin there for the normal margin. Understand? So let's look at the orientation. So when doing your work, you have to use the normal margin for your work, unless otherwise stated that there is a reason why you want to change to the wide or narrow. But the normal margin is the perfect for your work. Then let's look at the orientation. Remember on our section 2 tutorial, I walk us through page setup. Yes, I walk us through page setup from 5 when I was teaching on printing. So I walk us through page setup here. You can see page setup here, page setup. Yeah, so almost everything here is the same thing I'm going to do inside this page layout now. So I've done the margin orientation. So my orientation, I'm working on portrait. So I can decide to make it landscape. And my orientation now, if you come here, orientation now is landscape. So I put it back to portrait. So what is the size? On the size, I'm working on letter, but I want to use A4 because the paper I'll use to print is A4 paper. So I want to use A4. So I come back to my A4. I make it A4 size. Then the print area. Set print area. So I want to set my print. You say you have selected a single cell for the print area. If this is correct, click OK. Okay. Yeah. Okay, which is this thing I selected. No, 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 that's not what I want. So my print area span from here. This is my print area. So I can just add. Yeah, this is my print area. Let's clear print area. Then let's reselect. I want to print this area just here. So from here you can select your print area. Then I come to my print area and say set print area. So I've set my print area. You can see it here in the name box. I've set my print area. Yes, I've set my print area. Then still on that print area, you can clear the print area that you set. Then this is break. To reset all pages, to insert page break, and to remove page break. If you want to do anything like that, this is where to do it. Then background. Now I want to add a background to this work. I want to use this Legatus computer logo as my background. Have you seen it now? So I have a background to my work. Well, if I'm not use this background, if you watch this background now, most of my data here are not showing clearly. So I can use my color to make changes to it until I have the one that can break my very clearly. So it's not affecting it. Let's look for the theme. Let's see what we have with the theme. Okay, the theme is not really affecting the fonts. So the next thing we will do if we want to change this is I think we have to go back to our home and select our fonts, then go to our font color and yes, come to our font color and choose a color that will help our data to be visible. Okay, I think with this our data is okay. Let's see this. Let's see this one. Let's see something like this. Okay, so that is it. Let's use the yellow. Let's use this. So with this, our data is visible. We can be able to see our data here with this background because of this background that we added. So let's go back to the okay, you can delete the background. Print title if you want to add a title to whatever you want to print. And if you watch here, it still have this the page setup, the dialog box. Understand this dialog box now that appears here is the same that appears when I go through my file, print, and page setup. You can see it's the same thing. Now because I have selected my print area, you can see that That's the only thing that is showing in my print area. Understand? That's the only thing that is showing in my print area. So let's go back. I want to delete the background and I want to set it back. I want to take it back to the way it was earlier. So I will remove the font color that I put. Yes, I remove the font color that I put. Okay, our data is okay now. So the next thing we have here in line here is um, scale to fit. So here now we in this scale to fit is where we reduce the width of our data, reduce the width of our data so that it will fit to the page. So if you check the description here, it said shrink the width of your printout to fit a certain number of pages. So assuming this thing span across it past our print area, and so it's outside our print area, I can come here and reduce it. This is the height, the same thing, reduce the height. You can see automatic is on automatic, but I set it to page, to 1 page, 2 page. Then this scale is where I reduce it to a certain number. That's the same thing we did when in our print layout. When you come in our print, we went to page setup. So you can see it adjusts to that is the same thing we have here. The same thing we have here. Understand? 100%. That's the same thing we have here now. And I'm on portrait. I'm working with portrait. The same thing, no difference. So let's go back there. So if you go through file print, you see adjust, but in this page layout under scale to fit is scale that you see. So you scale it to fit to the page or the size that you want. It says here in the description, it says stretch or shrink your printout to a percentage of its actual size. Set width and height to automatic when using this feature. You can see it's on automatic. Yeah. So let's look at um the final option here, the sheet options. We're not going to touch this arrange because there's nothing much in this arrange, just to bring forward, send backward, select pan, which you cannot do with this unless we are working with an image. Yes, unless we are working with image and shapes, that's what we can use, bring forwards, send backwards, or maybe for the course of this course, I will just bring image and we'll do that one. So let's look at this sheet options here. Here is just for us to turn on and turn off some functions, like here our grid line, and we have our view on. So I can remove, I can deselect the view on grid line and select the view on the heading. You can see what is happening here, right? So if I select the grid line, the view of grid line, you are seeing it. You are seeing our grid lines, and if I deselect it, it will go out. If I select our heading, you can see I have my heading. If I deselect it, it will go out. So it's good to have them on so that it will help you to arrange your work the way you want it. So the print on our grid line, we select it so that it will it will match the print on your grid line. The same thing here on our headline. So let's read the description. It says print the lines between rows and columns to make the sheet easier to read. Understand? So this is our grid line now. Click it and go to our print. Click on print and you can see those lines they are showing. Are you seeing it? The grid line is showing. Good. So I go back, I deselect it and come back to print. You can see it's no longer showing here. So that's the function of this. So let me select this. This one say print rows and column headings. Row headings are the row number to the side of the sheet. Column headings are the letters or numbers that appear above column or the sheet. So we already know this now, because since here is displays the grid line and this one is a print the grid line. So when we click it, if we say print, everything here will show. So that same thing here, as we deselect this and we say print, we will not see these headings here of our row and columns. But if I select it, then if I go to print, it means the heading of the rows and columns will show. You can see it here. It's showing now. Understand? Good. So that is that. We deselect it because by default this is where it should be. This is where it should be by default. So let's bring in image here. Yeah. Sorry. Let's use shape. So bringing pictures. So I have clicked on the picture already. So let's quickly bring in pictures. Select two different pictures and click on insert. Good. So I have two images here now. Now let's do it under the, even while we have the image, you can see here is already showing here bring forward, send backward and select band. But let's go to the page layout and see what we can do there. Say bring forward, but it's already forward, so I can't say bring forward. I'll say send backward, right? So send backward, send to back. So let's use this. You can see it. It's at the back now. Okay, good. I can also say bring forward. Say bring to front or bring forward. Any of them can work. You can see it. So that's the function of this thing here. And both the alignments is to align this image. So every option you have here under this arrange is for pictures and shapes. Understand? We can rotate to any of the degree. You can see it's rotating. Let's rotate this one. So that is that. So moving over to the next section. Yeah, moving over to the next section, that should be the formula section. So make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on the notification bell.